Emmerdale viewers were dumbfounded when Joe Tate, played by Ned Porteous, vanished without explanation after being attacked by his soon-to-be father-in-law, Cain Dingle, Jeff Hordley. The businessman fell and hit his head on a rock when the mechanic punched him square in the face, with Graham Foster, Andrew Scarborough, presumably finishing him off. His death seemed all the more convincing when actor Ned Porteous shared an emotional video message, saying goodbye to fans of the show on the ITV soap's Twitter account. But it said the entrepreneur will return to the small screen next week following weeks away from the spotlight. Joe is set to re-emerge in Monte Carlo, where he has spent the last 5 months dodging his evil step-grandmother Kim Tate, Claire King. Shockingly, it will be revealed Graham has been helping the youngster, despite Kim giving him strict orders to get rid of him. A soap insider told The Sun, everyone was convinced he'd die in October. But he has been alive all this time and secretly living abroad with Graham's help. Unsurprisingly, it comes as a huge shock to the rest of the village, and Cain in particular will be stunned. He's been living with the belief he murdered Joe, with Debbie Dingle blaming him for her loss. The TV source added, but as Soapland has seen time and again, unless a body or burial is seen, it's likely a character could come back at any point, and that's the case with Joe. Fans of the show recently questioned whether Graham had set Joe up with Kim's son James Tate, who was last seen leaving the village as a toddler back in 1999, 20 years ago. On Friday's episode, Graham rang a mystery person saying, "We've got a problem, we're going to need another plan." Most viewers assumed Graham was calling Joe. However, some had other ideas and shared their theories on Twitter. One suggested Graham was, in fact, calling James, who may be living overseas, to meet him at the station. On Twitter, the person wrote, "Okay, random theory which makes no sense, but oh well, Graham got rid of Joe near the Arches. Could he have put him on a train and told James Tate to meet him at the station? James could be living abroad and looking after Joe." Soap fans will remember how Graham supposedly disposed of Joe's body. He drove to an unknown location, which seemed to be near a train track, as there were arches which formed a viaduct. Could Graham have got Joe out and sneaked him onto a nearby train, or dropped Joe off at a close train station to leave the area quickly but unsuspiciously? The second part of the fans' theory suggests James is living abroad, and can be backed up with the tease actress Claire dropped when discussing her character's return to the soap back in October. In a conversation with Soap Bubble, Claire said, "I had this theory ages ago. Kim, probably married someone or nicked some money off a very wealthy man, ran off to the Costa del Sol, committed loads of crime. In fact, she was probably with James, committed a lot of crime. The two of them a bit sort of Bonnie and Clyde." Emmerdale continues tonight on ITV at 7:30 p.m. and 8:30 p.m.